Hi, I'm Professor Susan DeGise. This tutorial is on practice 3.7. Directions. Complete the last measure with the fewest notes possible. Use the same stem direction as the example. Alright, I'm going to do the sample right now. So in 3/8, there are 3 eighth notes per measure. There's an eighth note as an anacrusis. So that means I need 2 more eighth notes to fill a measure. So technically, you could have something like this, but the directions ask for the fewest notes possible. So rather than 2 eighth notes, I'm going to draw a quarter note. Go ahead and do numbers 1 through 4 on your own. Pause the video and press play when you're ready. Okay, number 1. Number 1 is in 3/4, which means there are 3 quarter notes per measure. The Anacrusis has 1 quarter note, so we need 2 more quarter notes. Is there a note value that's equal to 2 quarter notes? Yes, a half note. Number 2. Number 2 is in 4/4, which means there are 4 quarter notes per measure. The Anacrusis is a quarter note. Does it matter that it's tied? No, it doesn't matter. Alright, so if the Anacrusis is a quarter note, we need 3 more quarter notes to fill the last measure. Is there a note value that's equal to 3 quarter notes? Yes, the dotted half note. Number 3 is in 2/4. This means there are 2 quarter notes per measure. The Anacrusis here has 3 eighth notes, so we know these 2 eighth notes are equal to 1 quarter note, and then we have an eighth note by itself here. So what note value do we need to complete a measure? We just need 1 eighth note. Remember that the Anacrusis isn't always just 1 note. It's whenever that first measure is incomplete, then it's actually not the first measure. This becomes measure 1, and this is the Anacrusis. The Anacrusis needs to be filled by the note or notes in the last measure. All right, number 4, this one's a tricky one. So in 2/2, it means there are 2 beats per measure. I'm going to draw the beat boxes. And each beat is equal to a half note. Now the Anacrusis is an eighth note. So is the eighth note equal to a beat, a division, or a subdivision? Well, if we break it down, we see that an eighth note is equal to 2 quarters, and the quarters are equal to eighth notes. So the subdivision is going to be 4 eighth notes. All right, so this Anacrusis in number 4 is just one of the very last subdivision here. So we need to fill in all this space with a note to put here, or maybe notes. So let's see what we need. Well, to fill the first beat box, we need a half note. The second beat box, we need something that's worth 3 eighth notes. Is there a note we know that's worth 3 eighth notes? 3 eighth notes? Yeah, a dotted quarter. All right, so maybe we can do this and tie it. Okay, let's see if we can reduce this to even fewer notes. Well, let's see what happens if we use dots. A half note would be equal to this beat box. If we add a dot, that would be equal to a quarter note, which would be equal to this quarter note here in beat box 2. If we add another dot, that's going to be worth half of a quarter note, which is an eighth note, and that would go here. and then we're able to fill in the boxes. So the answer here would be a double dotted half note. Woo, that was a tricky one. All right, if you have any questions about this section, please reread section 3.7. You've now completed the tutorial for practice 3.7. Thank you for watching.